What up? Time for the night one of SummerSlam review. Uh, yes, I'm looking at Bleacher Report. I am Lewis from the Wrestling Pod. My co-host is doing something else right now, so I'll be taking care of night one. Um, Night one of SummerSlam happened on Saturday. It's a pretty interesting show, so let's talk about it. We start open the match with Roman and Jay and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. This match was pretty fun. The Bloodline, or whatever they like to call it, the OTC in the main event versus I like to call them. I don't even know what they call Bronson Reed and Breaker. They're just double B's to me. It was pretty interesting. I thought this match was really fun. Jay looked good here. Roman looked really good here. Um, Bronson Reed sending the OTC over the fucking over the announce table at one point. Jay going out and freaking just taking over near the end. Was pretty fun. Throwing Breaker through the fucking barricade was really good. But it was fun. But of course we got the spear to the Uso splash B plus. This was a fun opening show match. Pretty fun. Like things they do. But yeah. Then after this we went to the women's tag team title match, and I really, if you watch the freaking live stream, I wasn't even there for this match. So I have no recollection of this match at all. But it was Charlotte and Bliss versus the Judgment Day. I guess it was pretty interesting. They went back and forth, quick pins, quick tags, and pins covering and stuff like that. But of course, Perez and Roxanne, they fought a close fight, but of course, it was Bliss and Flair that had the upper hand on this one, and they were end up being the new women tag team champions. And Bleacher Report, they graded this a B. After this, we go to Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn, and the underdog from the underground. This match was fucking stupid. I can't say this with 1 point. I think that freaking Karrion Kross should have won this match, but the asshole over there probably thinks something different, so that's on him. But I still think that Karrion Kross should have won. But Sami Zayn fought pretty good fight. At one point, freaking Scarlett gave the pipe to Sami Zayn, encouraging him to fucking hit Karrion Kross with it, but he said nah, and I'm just gonna hit a haluva kick and win this match. And that's what he did. It was a B minus, pretty fun. The Burning Hammer was really fucking cool that Karrion Kross did. I wish Karrion Kross would have won, but it didn't happen. After this, we go to Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Pretty entertaining women's match, but I wish they did a little more here. But still pretty fun match. We saw a couple of things like a suplex outside on the floor. Tiffany going with the suicide dive, pretty fun. We got a Jade from the freaking. She tried to hit a Jade, but nope. Champion covered that. Got out of that and hit the prettiest moonsault ever to win. I wish that they did some more things on this, but no. After this, we go to probably the fucking match right before the main event. It was JellyRoll and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. It was probably JellyRoll impressed me a little bit. He actually came out and did a pretty good match, but that wasn't gonna win it. All right, it wasn't gonna win it. Being impressing me wasn't gonna help you win this damn match, and that's what was proven. Logan Paul pinned JellyRoll off a shitty frog splash. 1, 2, 3. It was fun. I'll give it that. I like that. JellyRoll impressed me. He took a fucking bump through the fucking table. That's pretty freaking cool. But other than that, yeah, it was okay. It wasn't bad. After this, it was Gunther CM Punk. Now this was an interesting match because this main event saw something I thought kind of what's gonna happen, but I mean, it was fun to see CM Punk rocking the Fantastic Four gear. challenging Gunther for the World Championship. This match went back and forth. Gunther seemed like he had him won and beaten, but god damn it, Punk would not give up. Punk at every turn knew how to come out of this. Punk took control early on, but that was not going to help him win this match. But Gunther came out and started beating him, but that didn't help him win the match. What did help him was another GTS in a row, hitting two of them in a row, and that would vanquish Gunther to win the title. By the way, when you think the show was over, Seth Rollins came out basically telling him, like, hey, I'm here, I'll be around soon. Came out on the crutches, but he didn't need him. Took off the knee brace, ran down, beat the hell out of Punk until he cashed in, hit the stomp in 1, 2, 3. There ain't no more best in the world. It's only the visionary, the Messiah, the man. And Seth Rollins is the new World Heavyweight Champion. Love to see this. I love to see what goes on between Punk and Rollins here. This is really fun. I thought night one was really good. They graded a B-. I'll give it a nice B. It was a fun show overall. I think the best match on the show is definitely Gunther CM Punk. The most underrated match, to me, I heard a lot of people said that the second match on the show was freaking the freaking opening tag team match. But I think to me it was Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn. They went back and forth, and it was pretty interesting to see them go at it. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't really a single bad match on the show. Overall, just a bunch of really good, really even matches. The only really tough matches has to be the tag team match between Logan Paul and Drew and JellyRoll and Randy. That's the only lackluster match. But otherwise than that, every match seemed kind of really good. There was a lot of stalling in this show, which kind of really set it down for me because I kept getting bored and tired throughout the night trying to watch this. But I stood up and not fell asleep trying so hard to see if CM Punk was going to win this fucking match and win the title, which he did. And then just 2 minutes later, it was Seth Rollins who ended up reigning supreme. So it's going to be fun, and especially tonight being Monday. It's going to be interesting to see what Seth Rollins has to say here about being world champion and being CM Punk. But that is it for the night one review. Soon in a little bit, we'll get to the night two review with maybe someone else. We'll see. But yeah, this has been night one. Have a good day. Okay, we should be fine. Okay, I'm here now. So I'm here for, of course, the night two, SummerSlam, of course. So, on the heels of an unforgettable conclusion to So Night 1, WWE returned to MetLife Stadium Sunday for a second night of SummerSlam, headlined by John Cena defending the Undisputed title against Cody Rhodes in the main event. So, how did this all go down? Well, we're about to find out. As the Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley versus the Women's World Championship match was the first one, was Naomi defending the title against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Less than a month after cashing in her Money in the Bank and winning the Women's World Championship by interfering in the main event of Evolution, Naomi defended her title against two women who she stole it from, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, in a triple threat match to kick off the show. Now, despite the babyface jumping on her early, Naomi eventually seized control using innovative offense to take down the Eradicator and the Genius of the Sky. Ripley was able to fight back, though, and eventually sent the champion to the floor before pairing off with Sky. Back and forth action ensued, with the previous two champions seeking to one-up each other before Naomi rejoined the fray. Sky flattened Ripley with the over-the-moon salt, but the Glow delivered a full Nelson bomb to almost seal their win. Chants of "This is awesome" rained down from the stands as Ripley blasted Sky with a big boot, followed by
followed with a somersault sent on to Naomi on the floor. Io answered a sunset flip powerbomb that drove the Australian into her opponent at ringside. As she was at Evolution, Naomi proved resourceful in the match's finale as she waited for Ripley to deliver a avalanche riptide from the top rope and then roll her up, stealing the victory once again. So, again, graded a B+. This was an alright match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I'm just checking the channel, guys. That's all. Again, nothing much to this. Oops. Yeah, nothing much to this. Naomi getting the superstar entrance, complete with her father, the guitarist Sean McRae, playing her to the ring, which was amazing. Thought that was good. The finisher was excellent. Not only does it allow WWE to tell a story of Naomi having to rely on other sneaky victories to escape the gold, but it also saw Ripley come within seconds of exercising the demon that she is her winless record against Sky. I probably fucked up there, but whatever. Next was, of course, our tables, ladders, and chairs 6-pack TLC championship match for the WWE Tag Team titles. After months of chaotic action within the tag team division on SmackDown, who've actually been doing something, it was only appropriate that 6 of the most prominent teams did battle in the tables, ladders, and chairs match for the titles. The Wyatt Six of Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis defended against Fraxium, Nathan Frazier and Axiom, DIY, Ciampa and Gargano, the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, and of course the team of Andrade and Rey Fenix. As advertised, the match was a car wreck and a demolition derby following all 12 competitors, and then some of the Uncle Howdy, Eric Rowan, Candice LeRae, Nikki Cross, and of course B-Fab all getting involved to try to help their teams win. Ultimately, it was the Wyatt Six who outlasted the high risk and punishing bumps to emerge victorious, retaining the titles as the numbers game proved too much for the others to overcome. So the Wyatt Six retained the tag team championships, and this was fun. I loved this. I enjoyed this. You guys can go check that out. Over on night 2 watch along. Gacy was also an all-star here, taking big bumps and selling everything for the opponents. He seized the moment and shined. We also had a no count out, no DQ match for the women's IC title. It was Becky with the new theme song. I believe her theme song is, of course, God Damn It All by the Wonder Years. I know it's by the Wonder Years, or it's Wonder Years creating a song for Becky. Arguably the best rivalry in all of WWE since WrestleMania 41 concluded Sunday when Becky Lynch defended the women's IC title against Lyra Valkyria in a no count out, no DQ match. A win for Valkyria would make her the first 2-time IC women's champion in the women's division. A loss, and she would never be able to challenge for the gold as long as the man holds the title. The rivals brutalized each other, unloading with their own impressive offense and adding some pro wrestling plunders to the mix for some good measure. The cerebral Lynch bounded her opponent's wrist together using a pair of zip ties from a fucking toolbox. Same toolbox that made McIntyre bleed. Putting Lyra Valkyria on the defensive for a large portion of the match. Not to be derated. The challenger executed a picture-perfect dropkick and a moonsault, then freed herself in time to unload on the man with a barrage of kendo stick shots. Late in the match, Bayley saved Valkyria with a significant injury at the hands of her opponent and unloaded on Lynch. A mischarge sent the role model into the front row. She was far from out of the picture because later she reemerged and accidentally blasted Valkyria with, of course, a steel chain that set up Lynch for a manhandle slam and then a win. So Lyra can no longer challenge Becky for the title as long as she's, champion. The new Lynch theme by the Wonder Years is a banger, but will take some time to get used to, because a lot of people remember her Celtic Invasion tune, and that's kind of what we like. This was great, a B+, so honestly, nothing more to this. Definitely, it's kind of concerning of how you follow up with the TLC match, but I don't know. But we know next up came a kind of lackluster match and outside interference and shit, and I really wish Jacob won this. The debut of Tala Tonga at Night of Champions helped deliver Solo the U.S. title belt. Sunday night, the title holder defended against the man he robbed of the gold, Jacob Fatu, in a steel cage. Sikoa impressed early, pounding on Fatu and dominating the action. Still, the Samoan werewolf fought his way back into the bout and appeared to be on his way to victory when the MFTs, JC Mateo, Tala Tonga, and Tongaloa, interfered. Jimmy Uso attempted to make a save, but ate a big boot from Tala, who factored in his finishing moments later. Fatu escaped as an attempted handcuff and stopped Sikoa from a cowardly escape through the door. He dispatched Mateo, but Tonga booted the door back in his face, taking him out and allowing Solo to fall to the floor for the win. The defeated babyface got his heat back afterwards, delivering a splash from the top of the cage to Loa and, of course, Mateo. So, this wasn't that much fun. Honestly, WWE Creative put its main event between John Cena and Cody Rhodes in an inevitable position of making their street fight stand apart from others. But this match, damn. This was like the ending was dog. It was dog shit. I didn't like it. The match was fun, but I think it sticks to being a C. Oh well. We move on to, of course, the Intercontinental Championship, as it was AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. And after weeks of torment at the hands of AJ Styles, the Intercontinental Champion Dominic defended his title against the Phenomenal One here. The champion and challenger wrestled a match that was a big ode to the late, great Eddie Guerrero. From Styles' ring gear to the trademark Guerrero spots to the finish itself, it was a match that paid tribute to one of the greatest influence in either competitor's career. Late in the bout, Mysterio unzipped his boot when Styles grabbed it for the calf crusher, and the boot slipped off. Mysterio slithered free. Moments after the referee was hung up in the ropes, Dominic used the boot and blasted AJ in the head before delivering a frog splash for the win. Mysterio retains the title. I hope they get a rematch, but again, this was a great undercard match that featured fun spots, and of course, employed a finish straight out of WrestleMania 20, where it was also held in New York, where Guerrero defeated Kurt Angle with the boot gag. So, yeah, that was great. I loved AJ Styles' ring gear as well. That was another thing I was touching. Came out with his son in a fucking lowrider. Great at a B, and I think it deserves. I think we should see more of this too. We should see another rematch of this. Probably at Clash of Paris would be nice. But ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for, the main event, the finale of SummerSlam. The real John Cena stood up in front of everybody to show what he's got, defending his undisputed WWE Championship against Cody Rhodes in a street fight. The combatants utilized weapons early, as if to remind everyone that this was, in fact, a street fight. From there, the match took the form of a traditional bout in which Rhodes survived the Attitude Adjustment, kicking out at 2. His mental would be tested later when Cena drove him through the Spanish announce table with the same move. To the delight of a majority of fans in this MetLife Stadium, it was not enough to keep Rhodes down, though, as the challenger kicked out at 2. The fight spilled out to the ring, through the stands, and into the stage before returning to the ring, where frustration began to set in for Rhodes. Now, they did go to the stage, and they did that elevator stage shit that Cody usually comes up in, and it was a nice little visual that looked really fucking good. After failing to defeat the champion, despite throwing him through a table and delivering the crossroads, he removed the turnbuckle and blasted his opponent with it twice. On the third attempt, Cena tripped him up and applied the STF with the ropes, and a throwback to, of course, his Royal Rumble clash with Umaga. The American Nightmare escaped it and eventually delivered his Roman Reigns defeating trifecta of Crossroads. But Cena kicked out. The back and forth continued until Rhodes countered an avalanche attitude adjustment through a table, delivering a Cody cutter from the top and finishing off the champion with another Crossroads. After the bout, Cena and Cody embraced in a passing of the torch moment a bit, not unlike the one the latter enjoyed with The Rock in the same building 12 years ago. From there, the night felt a little, calm, cool. Cody got to celebrate. So did Cena as the music drained out. And we still thought this wasn't it. There's got to be more. Guys, the night ended with Brock Lesnar fucking returning. Haven't seen him since 2023. 2 years later, Brock's back. He stalks towards the ring, and he lays Cena the fuck out. And this was Cena's idea. So at Clash of Paris, we could be getting John Cena and Brock Lesnar, which I think would be amazing. Now, who faces Cody is yet to be seen. But this was a great way to fucking end SummerSlam. And graded an A+, and it fucking deserves it. It does. So, how did Night 2 prevail? Well, I think Night 2 of the 2025 SummerSlam event was an all-timer. From the opening match to the main event, it delivered something for everyone, with great in-ring action, and the only real dud coming in the form of Solo and Fatu, honestly. John Cena and Rhodes, the match the show was essentially built on, was an all-time great, an instant classic that highlighted what makes each man special. Excellent storytelling, even better action and appropriate finish made for a legitimate 5-star affair. So, while despite the dampering of the mood, this was everything Night 1 was not. A pro wrestling epic befitting of the event. Brock Lesnar is back for how long remains to be seen. And the ending of the show, though, is one that is incredibly difficult to be excited for. Graded an A, and I agree, Night 2 is an A. I mean, I love the main event. It got us off our feet, and with Brock Lesnar coming back, we were so excited. We got fucking all hyped. You can go check that out. I'll put everything in the description below leading to it. But I'm excited to see what they do moving forward. Raw, fix your fucking tag team. Thank you. And, of course, Night 2 kind of closes down with Cody Rhodes as the new champion, and Cena going to have some fun with his babyface role now becoming a babyface, now wanting to do it to fans. And, of course, we get a fun John Cena. If you guys want to catch us at a wrestling event, you guys can catch us in Springfield, Mass. Of course, for that September 15th event, we will be there. We may see you guys. We're going to have some fun as well. We're going to get loud. We're going to have the time of our lives. So if you want to see us there, you can catch us there. Until then, we will see you guys when we see you guys. Peace.